Hey there, my name is Asymmetrics. Today I'm going to be showcasing a working tennis court that I designed. So you come in here and you take the tennis racket, which will close the door. Alright, and this is our tennis ball. You just hit it, and the wall will volley it right back to you. So you just stand here and you hit the armor stand as many times as you can. And eventually, if you hit it too much to the side, it won't come back to you. So I consider that the end of the game. Over here, you can check the barrel for your score. I got a score of 7 that time. And to reset the score, you just flick this down. That'll make that all go down. Flick it back up for a new game. Come over here, double click the armor stand. And you just place it back over here. Anywhere along this line will do. And you're ready for a new game. And then whenever you're completely done, you just put the tennis racket back. This is here so that people don't forget to put it back before they go. And you're good. And here's the blocks we'll be using for the build. All of the top blocks are necessary blocks for the build, with the bottom ones here just being for the scoring system and the door. The ones on the right here can be any building blocks, and this dirt is just for scaffolding and temporary block placement. A quick note that the sword does have to have knockback 2 for this to work. It doesn't have to be a diamond sword, though I'd recommend using iron, diamond, or netherite just so that the durability stays up. Alrighty, getting started at the front, you're going to dig down a block, and you're going to build a 13 long by 11 wide hole. After you're done digging your 13 by 11 hole, you're going to go 3 blocks from the front and dig down another block, going all the way across. Then you're going to replace those with torches. Should use up 11 here, with any building block of your choice on top. I'll be using polished deep slate for this, but you can use whichever building block you want. And you'll just fill in this section with 3 building blocks, and after that you can place your trapdoors on top. You can also use wooden trapdoors here. I just prefer to use iron trapdoors so that you can't right click it while you're playing. Then you're going to take packed ice and you're going to go 7 blocks down and also fill that in all the way, and this is our playing field. After that's all placed, you're going to place a row of furnaces or any other block that can't be moved by slime blocks. This will include glazed terracotta, obsidian, blast furnaces, and a few other blocks. And after you've got your furnaces placed, you're going to dig out this block, as well as go down a block for this entire row here. Alright, on the very end here where the last furnace is, you're going to place a sticky piston. And on top of that, a slime block with a row of slime blocks going all the way across. Just like that. Alrighty, and now we're going to work on the back wall where it volleys it back to you. So you're going to go from the very edge here where the slime block is, and you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of furnaces. And we place a temporary block here. And we're going to do the same thing here. Okay, and then we're going to place a temporary block here and put furnaces all the way across the back. Okay, and then you're going to go from on this side, what looks to be the left, you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. So that's 6 blocks of furnaces, a building block, and 4 more furnaces. Alright, you can break this temporary block here. So when you come at it from the front, it should look like this. Then, coming from the back, you're going to place a temporary block so you can get up here. And you're going to do 6 more slime blocks across this side where you had the furnaces before. On top of where you had this building block, you're going to place another furnace with 4 more slime blocks. On top of that, we're going to do 5 slime blocks. So this should line up to the furnace, with another furnace going here, and your last 5 slime blocks going across here. And then after that, you can do furnaces on top. The one here doesn't have to be a furnace. You can just use any old building block there. But filling in the rest of the furnaces here. And that should be the last of your slime blocks and your furnaces. And the wall should look like this when you're done. Next, you're going to place your 11 string across this row of furnaces here. Make sure you shift click, otherwise you'll open the furnaces. And then going out a block on each side, you'll place your tripwire hooks. And you can know that you connected them right by just stepping on them and you'll hear them click. Okay. Then you're going to come out from this block on the right side where the tripwire hook is with a repeater set to 3 ticks. A building block of your choice. We're going to break this block. If you still had a temporary block here, make sure it's removed. And you're going to place your redstone just like this. It's going to go up a block. Going into a block, into a torch on this side. Then you're going to go over a block like this with a repeater set to 1 tick. A block right here with a torch on top. Then you want your pistons for the wall, so I'm going to break these 3 blocks temporarily. Put a piston on top of this, as well as a piston on the left side of it. Okay, so you're going to place all of those blocks back. And a quick note before I go any further, I actually forgot on this left side to break this block right here. You're going to want to break all of the ground blocks that are next to the slime blocks, otherwise it'll get stuck. So just make sure that you break that, and then you can have both the wall and the floor activate. Next, we're going to fill in all of the walls and ceiling with glass. You can absolutely use whatever block you want. I just really like the look of glass in this build. So you're going to go all the way down until the trapdoor here on both sides. All right, and then using some scaffolding, we're gonna come up here. Gonna go up another layer with the glass. Go over to the other side, do the same. Okay, and then where these furnaces are, you're just gonna build out a block like that. Should be a temporary block there, but if you have Silk Touch, it doesn't matter. Then you can go across here with your ceiling, and you're just going to go as far as your other glass is. All right, so it should look a little something like this when you're done. Make sure you come around the back here and get rid of any temporary blocks you placed to get up. Then I'm going to go 3 tall and make myself a little bit of a wall back here. Again, any of these building blocks are your discretion. You use whatever you want for it. I'm just using polished deep slate here. And then I'm going to fill in the rest of this with my glass. After all of your walls and ceiling are placed, from the outside, you're going to leave 2 blocks on this side and dig a 2x2 hole for your doorway. Next, you can place your item frame right here with your tennis racket going inside. And you can place your armor stand anywhere along here. All right. And as far as the functionality of the build goes, this is all you really need. At this point, you've got working tennis. So if this is all you want, this is where you can stop. But if you want the door lock and the scoring system, we're gonna do that next. Alrighty, so to get started with the scoring system, on the left side here, gonna break this block and make it a barrel. Break a couple extra blocks here so I've got room to place. Alright, with right here, you're gonna have a dropper pointing up and a second dropper pointing into the barrel with your hopper going into this dropper. So you should have a barrel, hopper going into this dropper, dropper pointing up, with a dropper pointing into this barrel. Then we're gonna clear some space for our next circuit. Which is gonna have a comparator coming out of the bottom dropper. Sticky piston here, and we're gonna make a little observer clock. So observer facing this way. And an observer right here facing the opposite direction. Okay, and then you're gonna place 2 dust going into the block underneath that. And to finish this circuit out, you're gonna come back inside, place a lever at the very edge here on the second block from the top, have a redstone torch coming out of the back of it with a redstone dust underneath it. Then you're gonna go down another block, have another redstone dust, and another repeater on 1 tick. Any block of your choice so that the redstone can power the hopper here. So block right there. And then to create your scoring, you just go into this top dropper and you place whatever you want to use as your scoring blocks. I like to use sunflowers just because you can bone meal sunflowers and get them back, and they kind of look like little golden coins or something. So once you or the armor stand goes over the tripwires, you should get pushed back. And I've done it 3 times, so I should have a score of 3. Then once you flick this lever down, it resets itself. And lastly, we have the mechanism for the door. So you're gonna go to the door frame, dig down 2 blocks by 3 blocks. Underneath where the door frame is, you're gonna place your 2 sticky pistons, 2 building blocks on top, a couple of repeaters, a couple of dust. Then you're gonna go over a block, put your torch over here, that'll power those up. On top of this block, you want a redstone dust with a building block of your choice on top of that. And your last comparator going into that. Now, just a quick note, you cannot have a block right here, otherwise the whole system will kind of break. So what I'd recommend doing is just in front of here, having like a walkway, and then having a little hallway if you want like that. You really only need it on the one side though, just if you want to cover your redstone. Okay, so just to make sure that works, you place, or you take the tennis racket, door will close, put it back, it'll open. And that is it for the build. A couple optional things you can do is I like to put carpet on top of mine to make it sort of have that classic tennis court feel. You can absolutely use any colored carpet you want though, or none at all. And then I like to put a leather cap also that I dyed lime on the armor stand, make it, I don't know, look more like a tennis ball. But yeah guys, that is it for the tutorial. I should have a world download in the description if you want to check it out. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.